In the annals of history, when one seeks to define cruelty, Adolf Hitler's brutality often serves as the quintessential example. The atrocities committed under his regime during World War II are etched into the collective memory of humanity. However, buried beneath the shadows of more well-known horrors lies a chapter that rivals, and some argue surpasses, the malevolence of Hitler's reign. This chapter is the dark tale of King Leopold II and his brutal exploitation of the Congo. King Leopold II of Belgium, a seemingly inconspicuous figure in the corridors of history, cast a long, sinister shadow over the African continent. Born in 1835, Leopold ascended to the throne in 1865, ruling Belgium for over 4 decades. Yet, it was not his domestic policies that earned him notoriety, but rather his insidious ambitions in the Congo, a region he never set foot in. Leopold's interest in the Congo was driven by economic greed, as he sought to amass personal wealth and bolster Belgium's standing in the global arena. Under the guise of humanitarianism and philanthropy, Leopold cunningly maneuvered to establish control over the vast African territory. The 1884 to 1885 Berlin Conference, which aimed to regulate European colonization and trade in Africa, provided the perfect cover for Leopold's nefarious plans. Deftly exploiting the lack of African representation at the conference, he secured international recognition for his private ownership of the Congo Free State. What followed was a reign of terror that would haunt the collective conscience for generations. Leopold's agents, tasked with exploiting the region's vast natural resources, engaged in unspeakable acts of violence against the native population. The Congo, a land of rich biodiversity and cultural heritage, became a theater of suffering. Innocent black men, women, and children were subjected to forced labor, systematic mutilation, and mass killings. The infamous rubber trade, a cornerstone of Leopold's economic strategy, witnessed the forced extraction of rubber from the rubber vines that adorned the Congo's lush forests. Failure to meet rubber quotas resulted in brutal punishment, including amputations of hands and feet, leaving countless victims maimed and traumatized. The cruelty inflicted upon the Congolese people was not confined to physical violence. Leopold's agents implemented a reign of psychological terror, instilling fear through public executions and the wanton destruction of villages. Families were torn apart, and entire communities were decimated as the relentless pursuit of profit overshadowed any semblance of humanity. Despite the horrors perpetrated under Leopold's command, his statue stands in various places, a seemingly eternal tribute to a man hailed as a national hero in Belgium. The dissonance between the sanitized historical narrative and the gruesome reality of Leopold's actions remains a stark reminder of the selective amnesia that often plagues collective memory. The statue, a looming bronze figure, symbolizes the uncomfortable truth that some histories are conveniently brushed aside. The horrors of Leopold's reign are seldom acknowledged, allowing the myth of a benevolent king to persist. It raises uncomfortable questions about how societies choose to remember or forget, and the narratives they construct to preserve a sanitized version of the past. In the face of mounting evidence of the atrocities committed under Leopold's rule, there is a growing call for the reevaluation of his legacy. Activists argue that statues glorifying figures with blood-stained hands should be toppled, and history should be retold with a commitment to truth and justice. The echoes of the Congo's anguish reverberate through time, demanding recognition and redress. The tale of King Leopold II and the Congo serves as a chilling reminder that cruelty, when shrouded in the cloak of power and exploitation, can manifest in the most unexpected places. It challenges us to confront the uncomfortable realities of our shared history and question the narratives that have been woven to conceal the sins of the past. Only by acknowledging the depths of human depravity can we hope to prevent such atrocities from recurring and ensure that the forgotten voices of the victims are finally heard.